What's up, everybody? It's your man Danelle, aka Small Guy Promotions, coming to you live with What's Up Omaha from Bellevue, Nebraska at the Banh Mi Shop with Chole Tran, wonderful owner of the Banh Mi Shop. How are you today?
Good. How are you, Danelle?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here today. We decided to meet for this because you're coming up on your year anniversary for being in business next week. So make sure you get out here and celebrate. Are you guys doing anything special for your year?
Yeah, I think we're gonna do either a deal on drinks, and then we think we're gonna do a raffle. Our friends want samples of like different Asian snacks, so I think it's probably gonna be a fun thing to do on the anniversary.
I'm already excited.
Pocky? You ever heard of Pocky?
No.
No? It's a chopsticks biscuit.
No, but I would definitely be interested in trying it.
Yeah, see, that's why I want people to do the raffle so they can try new stuff.
Yeah, I'm down. What day will it be, or is it like?
So we're our soft opening was on the 16th of last year, and then grand opening on the 18th. But this year, the 16th fall on Friday, and then the 18th fall on Sunday. So we're gonna do it on the Saturday of 17th.
Oh, I'll be here. I'll be here. The Omaha fatty is not missing that, so I'll be here. All right, so Chloe's gonna tell us a little bit about the wall over here, so let's check this out.
Well, this is like our signature wall where you can explain to you a little bit how to order our stuff, what comes on our sandwich, and a little bit of our drinks. But mostly is to showcase some of our loyal employees here, so it's a good representative of all of them. So.
Cool. So did you draw that up there? Or?
Yes, I did. Yep, I changed it a few times. At first, I used regular chalk. It didn't work out so well, but now we're pretty happy with this. So
cool. Welcome to Banh Mi. There you go, guys.
Yeah, those that part up there, it actually has been there for a year now because we never erased that.
Hey, it makes sense. Why change it? Cool. It shows some of the ingredients and everything. All right. I like the ones down at the bottom.
Yeah, that's our baker right there with her.
Batman.
Yeah, they're together. So those two, they actually. He's still here, but she went back to Hong Kong for another study. So, but we're really fond of them, so we keep them on there as Batman and Robin because they're inseparable.
Cool. I like that. It makes it kind of playful and fun.
You want to show the menu a little bit? We're actually closed today, so you can't really see as much. Of
the live
hustle
action,
and bustle,
how it goes.
Yes.
Look, these are good too. I got some. What did I get one time? Some of the shrimp ones. Yeah. I think it was these. Yeah.
We try to bring in some more chips options.
No. It was these. This is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are stuff I grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys can get all different types of sandwiches. It's really affordable. The most expensive sandwich on there is $5.45, and you can decide which toppings. So you guys can see it better here. Sriracha, hoisin, peanuts, fried shallots, pickles, cucumber, cilantro, jalapeno, fried egg. Like all the wonderful sandwiches. I've never had a sandwich that I didn't like from here, so I'm glad that Banh Mi opened up. You know, I like to eat if you follow my page. So, and you can also get your bubble milk teas and things like that. Now, you were telling me before, sometimes it takes a while to grow on you for some of the...
Right. Because it's such a new thing. It's actually a Taiwanese thing to put that tapioca pearls inside the drink. But milk tea is really big in Asia. Everybody drinks tea, so it's just like a sweeter variation way to drink tea. So,
yeah.
I know a lot of people that have problems with the texture at first, but then it kind of grows on you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then you got the lychee too, if you know.
Yeah, we have different kinds of toppings, so it's fairly easy to try something else if you weren't okay with like the boba at first. One thing that our customer really like is the popping boba. It's just these. It has a layer outside, but when you bite into it, it just bursts right out. We have the mango popping and the lychee popping. That's always popular.
It's good stuff. My wife likes the what she had me, the jasmine milk tea.
Yeah, the jasmine milk tea is my favorite.
Yeah.
So.
Then you wanted to tell us a little bit about this wall over here.
Yeah, so this wall, near the time of our opening, you know, when most of the construction is finished up, I'm usually in here by myself doing the mural. So I sketch it out and then just get paint and go up there and I mean, I try to draw it out as much as I could, but then I just kind of go with it. But yeah, I kind of want to get some just traditional images on the wall.
Yeah.
This style of drawing is really vintage. It resembles the signs that were in Vietnam back when I grew up, because they didn't used to have like neon signs. Most of the signs on the stores are hand drawn, so hand painted. There are actually stores in Vietnam back then that just specialize in drawing signs.
Yeah.
And they use very basic paints like black, red, blue. So
there's your red and your blue.
Yeah. So these colors are very vintage when it comes to Vietnamese sign. And so I kind of want to bring that image here. And then this paragraph is cut from our blog. We actually have a blog. I haven't been able to keep up with it so much, but we have a few writings that introduce the Banh Mi to our customer who want to come and look for what it is, because when we first opened, most of our customers don't even know what we sell,
right?
Which I don't blame them. This is why I do this, and that's why I set the price. Start out really low. Just to get people started, also give us a learning curve of, so we can actually get used to doing business.
Right.
But yeah, this is, I just transferred this paragraph out. I wrote this part. My handwriting could be better, but I did.
Oh man, my handwriting is bad, so, no explanation needed.
Yeah, doing with a brush. But this part, I have a Chinese friend. Her name is Yin. Hi, Yin. She does this, she translates directly from this into Chinese. It only took me around 30 minutes to do mine.
Yeah.
It took her about 4 hours to do that, because all those letters, it's hard enough to write on paper, but writing it on the wall, it take a lot of time.
I bet.
Yeah, but it turned out really good, so I couldn't thank her enough for that. I think I did try. Which one did I try? It looked pretty jacked up. I got yelled at for it. I don't remember, but yeah, I tried one of these letters, and it looks so bad. That's why I realized how hard it is, because like she said, these lines in the end, it have to be thinner in a certain way, so she just have to be really careful writing each one of these.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, I think this one. I think I wrote this one. It looks okay, but it looks pretty jacked up. So, okay. So I wrote this one, and then this is the correct one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
I tried.
No, that's all right. That's cool though.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and talk about the business. Banh Mi. Whoa. There we go, guys. And real quick, check out the t-shirt I just got today. Can y'all see that good? Yeah. Omaha. All about Omaha, baby. We have heart. Thank you, Jessica Weiner Johnson. We'll talk about this later, this t-shirt. But all right, so a year. So I remember seeing, before I ever came here, I remember seeing that there was an article about this college student who opened this business, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. Like, I'm all about like trying to support local and things like that. So I got to get to this shop, like a shop run by a college student. That's pretty like exciting. So, were you in college for business or?
Yeah, so at the time when I started working on the business, I finished my 2 years at Metro. Yeah, business degree. But when the shop opened, so in November, I got the shop open, but then that January, I actually have to come back to my junior year,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm doing business right now. I have like some minor majors inside of it.
So you're still going?
Oh yeah, I mean, I should be in my senior year.
So what's the goal then? You already have the shop. So what's the next step if you're still in school?
Well, having a business is, I just want to start it. But it get harder down the road if you want to run it properly, and I do want to run it properly.
So there's still stuff that you can learn and.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Always.
Yeah, even in my class right now, I try to take class that go along with the stuff that I need to know, running the business.
Mm-hmm.
I have classes that focus on startups, and my teachers are usually professionals. I have a teacher who is, he has a consulting firm for startup business.
Oh, cool.
So they really help.
Yeah.
Because when you start out, there are so many aspects of the business. If you look into a big corporate, you work for a TD Ameritrade.
I always say this place, but yes, that's where I work.
Yeah, but like a big corporate like that, you have different parts of the company. Accounting, finance, marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, HR.
Yeah.
There are so many, that you specialize in one thing.
Yep.
When you do startup, you're doing all of it. And there's stuff that I'm good at, there's stuff I'm not good at. So
Mm-hmm.
I think going to school and understand that part of the business is very helpful.
Yeah, and then as you come along, if you have something that you don't necessarily know when you start, maybe you learn it, but maybe you also learn that you don't have like any interest in doing that. You can hire someone or see it out.
Yeah. There's a saying that I truly believe that's know your strength.
Yep.
And outsource your weakness.
Yep.
So
That's pretty good.
yeah, so I understand that I started, but I'm not going to be able to do everything correctly. So to grow something strong, I need a little understanding of it. But then as we grow, if I can pass that on to somebody who more passionate about it, understand more about it, that's going to be.
They would be naturally better at it because they have a passion for it.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I talk about sometimes is one of the programs that I've gone through is Strengths Finder. Mm-hmm. Have you done that at all?
Yeah, for Gallup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have not done Strengths Finder and you feel like you want to do something but you don't exactly know or you don't think you know what you're good at, this can be great at helping that. It's kind of like a personality quiz, but it helps you so much, and it just increases your self-awareness, probably, and kind of can give you a different insight as to what your path may be. So you never know. If you haven't done that, I say look it up. Again, it's Gallup Strengths Finder. They have I don't know how many different ones they have. I know I did 2.0, the one that I went through. So there's at least 2 different versions out there. But I would definitely recommend, especially small business owners or people who are thinking about going into some sort of small business, checking it out because it could be really helpful.
Right. I totally believe that because I started out, I'm starting out doing this because I love cooking, not because, I think I'm gonna earn a business. So I started cooking, naturally. You read about it on the newspaper. I just kind of snuck into the kitchen one day.
Yeah, I was wondering how it came to be.
Yeah, so I just snuck into the kitchen one day and tried to make a cake, and I got yelled at afterwards. But then it was just it's like it opened the door for me. It's like, wow, you can do all this without this. That's crazy. You just have some eggs and some flour and some sugar, but you mix it together in a way and become a cake. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So I just there are days when I was back in Vietnam, I would just wake up at 7 in the morning and start baking.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even remember how many stuff got thrown in the trash. And,
You gotta make mistakes. That's how you learn.
Right. I mean, and a 11, 12-year-old kid, doesn't run the kitchen the best way. So
is that like when you started when you were like 10, 11?
Yeah. When I started just doing, teaching myself how to cook and bake, and I do many bake sales, and I own so many cookbooks. It's unbelievable.
So did you never go to like any culinary school or education?
No, I wanted to, but then I never really have a chance to. So when it comes to college age, where I have to choose my major, I was debating between going into hospitality or business. But then I know my weakness is not in hospitality. My weakness in business.
Right.
Because I wouldn't say that I'm the best at math. I'm not.
I feel like a lot of people.
Yes.
Especially when you're more like a creative mind.
Yep.
The business is sometimes secondary. So.
Right. So I know that I'm a bright brain kind of person.
Yeah.
Very creative. I love drawing and painting and cooking. That part of it, but then I know that if I want to be in business, I better shift it a little bit, because you can shift it if you learn enough. So that's why I decided to go into business, which many people have in my family have some disagreement about it, because it's such a general course of study. So they think it's better if I go into anything specific, and then
it's like a framework. Like it kind of.
Right.
I mean, you learn that, or get that under your belt. You decide where you want it to go from there.
Exactly. I think it's a good foundation. And I'm not in school for the degree. Not so much. I want to learn. So I think it is a great decision, because like I realized, there are more to business than just the day-to-day running part of it.
Yeah.
So I think being in business school and see it at a whole market or the whole economy, just looking at it in a different angle, really helped my perspective.
It helps you be more well-rounded. It's one of the things that is probably crucial for success. You can't just, like you were saying before, like you can't just do one thing. You can't be one-dimensional.
Right.
And if you are for some reason one-dimensional, you need other people who can see those different angles and perspectives. So if you can be well-rounded, if you can find some kind of interest in different things, so it's great. A lot of people have dreams, and the dream is sometimes the easy part. Like to make a dream come true, you have to put in work, and I think some people don't necessarily understand how much work it is, especially for a small business and trying to get up and running. We talk about how a lot of businesses in the first 3 years, that determines what's going to go on with that business. A lot of small businesses close within that first 3-year period. So if you can make it to that point and pass, you're more likely to stay open and be successful.
Right.
So and there's a lot of different factors that go into why people close. So we don't always know those. Real quick, shout out to Nick. He says, "I love this place." And then Sally also says, "I love small business, small Bellevue business, and love the cultural diversity. Best wishes, Chloe." Do you know her?
No.
Well, hello, Sally. I know Nick. Do you know Nick? He's the owner. Well, he used to be one of the owners of the Smash down there on 40th and Harrison-ish.
Oh, okay.
So,
I heard of it.
yeah, they're newer as well. They haven't reached a year yet, but
Oh, cool.
that's how I came into contact with Nick. But
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
I feel like the diversity in Omaha in general, there's a lot of diversity. I think we sometimes don't get credit for how diverse it is, or maybe people stay in their own pockets and whatever. But overall, I feel like the community is very supportive of one another, especially in Bellevue though. Like Sally is saying, like it's so supportive in Bellevue. With all the groups and everything else, I feel like people are always willing to help another business.
Yeah, it's really, I
Gina,
I didn't realize how supportive Bellevue really is until I start my business. So during the time that we do, we set up the business and everything, I didn't really reach out to anybody because we didn't really know our timeline at that time. And then I honestly think that being in Bellevue is a risky move for me. We were driving around and honestly, there's nothing like this here. Doesn't seem like a lot of traffic, and we know that the cultural diversity is usually in Omaha in like more of like the downtown, midtown, Benson area.
Yeah, those are very different places.
Right, and it just attract more of the people who seek out for something like this. But at the time, Bellevue would be a comfortable start for us, financially wise, and then we have a very good deal with the landlord of this building. They were very supportive of this, and then so we're like, well, we're just gonna see how it goes, and if it works here, then we know it's gonna work everywhere else. So when we started out, and then I realized it's gonna take a while for people to learn what a banh mi is.
So we'll have to get into that. You want to talk about that? Before we do that, though, I definitely want, if you're watching and you're not familiar with the Banh Mi Shop, we talked about it being in Bellevue, Nebraska. What is your address over here? And you talked about the building, so I want to make sure we spotlight that as well.
The address of the building is 923 Gavin Road South. We're in Suite 101. So we are right down the hill from Baker's. It's in the same plaza, but this is it's right next to Harvell. It's right next to Harvell and the corner of Gavin and Harvell. It's in the same strip where the old Golden Dragon is. And then it used to be Bank of Nebraska there too.
And it used to be SAC, and then it was the credit union. I don't know if it's a credit union now or Navy Credit Union or whatever on the end. This actually, for you guys who have been in Bellevue for a long time, this used to be Papa John's back in the day.
Right. So we actually took over. We didn't originally. We were going to end up in this space. We were going to end up in one of those vacant space over there. But then Papa John talked about moving out, in the end of their lease. So we actually came in just to look to buy some equipment from them. To find they have a lot of good stuff already in place.
And it's already like a food establishment.
Right. At first I didn't really think about using the space because it used to be a huge kitchen, so there was none of these walls. They used this whole space as an open kitchen, so the setup was really different. And then it's a bigger space than what we thought about. So but then one thing leads to another. I'm like, hey, with all these already established, it's gonna save us a whole lot of
time, money, work.
It's gonna save us a lot. So we took over. The process dealing with Papa John getting the equipment was fairly easy.
They probably don't care. They got a ton of restaurants. Well, I don't know if they were like local owners. Of
they were local owners also, but they also have another stores that they want to focus on.
So it's probably easy for them to just be like, okay, well, if we don't have to move this stuff, you want to take it?
It's good for them. It's good for us. It was scary because they call us up to buy the equipment before our lease or deal with the landlord has seal. But then if I didn't buy it,
you would have lost out.
Well, they would have to sell it because they need to move out by a certain time. So actually, by the time they move out and we have the equipment, installed and everything, we still don't have the deal with the landlord because they were still considering some other offers. So that week, I was just like,
oh man,
well, it's either this come through, or I'm gonna have all these equipments, that now I don't know if I'm gonna have use of, and then I'm gonna have to pay somebody to go take it out because there's a hood. On the ceiling, and then there's a walk-in cooler, and then there's a sink. I was just
Praying, fingers crossed, all
Yes,
that stuff.
yeah. And then,
Hey,
then
what up, Tess?
and in the end, it worked out, and it was just a huge relief.
Yeah.
But then I knew that
I think Bellevue was glad that it worked out too. Am I right,
Yeah.
Bellevue? Like, are you happy to have Chloe here?
Yeah. So I knew that if I didn't take the risk, I wouldn't have been able to do it because honestly, the hustle, the hassle, going through all that process, it just wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and that's good. And that's what you have to do sometimes. I know a lot of people struggle with trying to figure out when the best time is, especially if you have a full-time job and a family and things like that. It's hard to, hey Gina, it's hard to, see yourself coming, because the job is security. But when you start to be in business for yourself, there's a lot of loss of security.
Right, and that's one thing that I thought I knew about, but I didn't really realize also because sometimes I hesitate with the thought of opening business because I was going to school full time, and then even if I work different jobs, I have to put in the hours, and I actually have to go to work and to get the hours and make the little money just to be able to pay for school. But I already know how much I'm gonna make. I already know that I'm gonna be able to afford this. So it was, even if when I make a little money, it was a lot more secure.
Yeah.
Doing a business though, it's like it's just fast paced. It's just the bill. If you don't move fast, the bill come in faster than your money.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You got to stay on it, and I mean,
Yeah.
there's always ways for you got to get the word out. I mean, there's just so many facets of your business being successful and getting the word out. Like, yeah, you got the idea for the business, but then you got to figure out how to open the business and get the equipment for the business, and then you have to figure out how to get people through the doors on a consistent basis.
Yeah, it's funny because before I started business, when I just started looking into it, I don't even know what contractor means. I don't know what bid means. I'm like, okay, what? So
it's all stuff that you have to learn in the process.
Yeah, I have to start from the beginning. Honestly, I wouldn't say it's the best experience because now I learn a lot. Now I know. But yeah, I wouldn't do it differently.
What would you say like the biggest thing that you learned from this past year has been?
Let's see. Definitely a lot, especially but this first year was an important year for us to really perfect our menu. Because when I was testing out recipes, it's on a family home scale.
Yeah.
But then when you bring it into a commercial kitchen, it was really different. You're not making. I'm always known for making too much food.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to a business, you're not making it for 20 people. You're not making it for even 50 people. It's hundreds of people in a week.
Especially recipes, you got to figure out how to.
Yeah, portion and doing things on a bigger scale is much different than just doing it in the home cook. I mean, I can easily swing most of anything in the home kitchen, but then and then the bread. We have a lot of problems with making it so it rises to the right shape and the right consistency because the weather is different. The weather affected. Temperature that day affected.
Stuff that people probably wouldn't think about.
No, especially because we don't use chemicals in our bread. I know a lot of most commercial bread. If you read the ingredients, they have a lot of factors to control how the bread turns out.
Yeah, keep it fresh.
Yeah, we don't. Artisans. It's either you be very experienced with your bread, have years of experience, but this is something that I never even thought about making because it's such a common thing in Vietnam. It's like you don't think about making your own tortilla, corn tortilla kind of thing.
Right.
It's just hard to get it right. So I think within the last year, I'm glad we kept our menu very simple. because then we have time to, tie up the loose ends.
Well, and you could always expand from there. Like,
Right.
Some people go too big too soon, and then you kind of.
Right. That's what I'm afraid of, because I work in restaurants that have really simple, ways of running things, and then restaurants who just have a lot of, steps and
It's overcomplicated.
They never get caught up.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go that route, because like I said, the details when it comes to commercial, cooking is everything need to be a certain way.
And then that math comes into play that you don't like.
that math comes into place also. So I think it takes a lot of time just to perfect such a small amount of stuff.
Yeah.
And I know for myself that this is my first time actually running a business at a restaurant. So I don't have a lot of cooking in the commercial kitchen experience under my belt.
Right.
Yeah, I've been in restaurants where I know different aspects of it, just not running the whole thing. So.
And that's part of the process again. Like, is you not going to culinary school, and that's just what it is in business. Sometimes you just got to go and do it. That's the only way to figure it out. Is just to go and do it.
Yeah, I mean, for a restaurant business, I totally believe that experience is like the key.
Yeah.
For Golden Bowl, their chef.
Michael.
Yeah, Michael. He has been in business for so long.
Oh yeah, and it's like so many different restaurants. And
right. So yeah, he for somebody from his experience, very different from mine.
Right.
So I know that I could bring more to the table, but I think taking it slow is better for me and better for my customers also.
Yeah, and you do whatever makes sense for you. Whatever you're comfortable with, and that just makes sense. So we've been talking about this, the bread and everything. So you wanted to get into what the sandwiches are and bringing them to Bellevue and people not knowing. So what is it that you would like people to know if they've not been here before? What does a banh mi? Okay,
so a banh mi literally translates to bread in Vietnamese. It just means bread. In this case.
I think I read that maybe on the site or something. I can't remember.
In this case, it's also mean a kind of sandwich. So the idea is just a French sandwich, ham. And, it's just a ham sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And the French use baguette and cheese and stuff in it. So in Vietnam, people kind of twist it a little bit to fit their taste. So that's why a banh mi is. I wouldn't say it's a super old thing for Vietnamese. It came in after the French come in. Okay, so we take that baguette instead of like a really crispy, chewy, dense baguette, the French baguette. Vietnamese people make it lighter, bigger because economic-wise it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then wheat flour, it was fairly expensive at that time. So they just wanted to rise bigger, lighter. It became this airy, nice, crunchy on the outside, but very almost hollow on the inside baguette. So that's the base. And then they take the ham recipes and then use more of like an Asian spice mix for the ham itself. And then for the mayonnaise, we take out the vinegar because people in Vietnam they don't really like that taste of the vinegar. So the mayonnaise, they just take the vinegar out. And then the pâté is another French thing that they twist. So traditionally, a banh mi comes in as a ham sandwich that's Asianized. They just twist it so it fits their taste. And then they're like, well, it needs something. So they take like the cornichon, like the little, pickles and everything.
Okay.
And so based on that idea, they use the ingredients that make more sense, like carrots and radishes, which is more familiar with them, and pickle it, sweet pickle it.
Oh yes.
And then, and
you guys got to come and try it if you have not tried it. I'm telling you, if you're a foodie and you like Asian food, Asian concepts, sandwiches, come to Banh Mi. I'll let you finish.
Yeah. So they just create this sandwich where there's ham and a little mayonnaise and then these pickles, radish and carrots for a little crunch, sweetness, and then it has that sweet vinegar taste that cut down on the meat because we're not really used to eating a lot of meat. And then fresh cucumber and cilantro. A lot of places in Vietnam actually add raw onions, shave raw onions. And banh mi, I was never a fan of that.
Yeah.
I think it's too strong.
Kind of strong, yeah.
Yeah.
It powers the other flavors. And if you can't tell by all the stuff that she was saying, carrots, cilantro, and pickling the vegetables, there's so many different flavors. And that's not even to mention the sauces that you can put on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, so traditionally that's the number one sandwich on our menu is the closest closest creation to the traditional Vietnamese sandwich. Now as we grow, there's more variation of it. The grilled pork. In Vietnam, you just see these carts of people they sit in tiny little space and they have this charcoal grill, and a little blade on it where they grill stuff.
Okay.
And they would just grill a meat like all day, every day, and all that smell would just like surround the whole area.
Yeah.
You roll your motorcycle up and you smell it. It's just right there. It's just a little meat, just a little sauce, just a little pickle and cucumber. And, just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Make us this really nice balanced sandwich, and most of the time it's really cheap too.
Yeah.
In Vietnam, it's one of the cheapest things you can eat in Vietnam.
Yeah. Is that your biggest seller, or do you have a biggest seller?
Yeah, the number 2 sandwich, the grilled pork, is definitely our biggest seller. Is the lemongrass grilled pork, and so we marinate the meat, and then a lot of places they put it on like a griddle, but I find that it doesn't take out the smoky flavor.
Yeah.
So we don't have like a charcoal grill. I don't know how safe charcoal grill actually is.
Right.
So we actually have just a cast iron grill. When we grill the meat on there, and it does bring out that smoky flavor, and that's what makes the flavor what it is.
Okay. The lemongrass, the number 2. There's so many different options, and you guys also, I don't know how, is it weekly that you do the specials?
Yep, so we try to do it weekly. If we have one that, we do it late in the week, we carry on to it's sold out. But the weekly special is just a little twist on Vietnamese food or any kind of food that I know. It just give a fun, interesting options for people who want to try new things.
Yes, it's so good. So, Sally, you were talking about diversity, and I want to talk a little bit again about that, and Omaha and Papillion. So, funny story is, I've come in here a few times. I love eating out here in Bellevue. I will always consider Bellevue a home. And I met Chloe at one of my visits here, and we talked for a bit, and I was telling her that I consider myself a foodie, and I'm glad that I got the opportunity to come out here and how much we liked it. And so Omaha is small. Hey Vanessa, it's big but it's small. So a few weeks back, I just recently moved to Papillion, and I got invited out to Diana's tea shop, Diana's Papillion tea shop. And as I'm there, there's people walking in left and right that I know. Chloe comes in, and I'm like, we had just run into each other at the number 1 pho place a few weeks prior to that. So that is definitely one good thing about the Omaha area. Oftentimes you'll go somewhere and you'll run into someone that you know. And for me, in doing small guy promotions, like it's great because I get to run into so many different business owners, and then I become friends with a lot of the business owners, which is really cool. I definitely, especially like Golden Bowl, I like going to a place where you feel special when you walk through the door. You know the owners. So that's one thing that's really nice about supporting local and small businesses. At big chains, you're not going to always get that personalized experience. You're not going to get the owner coming out greeting people and and saying hello and things like that. So I really love small business. That's why my business is around. That's why What's Up Omaha is here, because I want to help spread the word about what people are doing. And you know, I'm glad that you guys have been in business for a year. If you're just tuning in, Banh Mi is coming up on their year anniversary of being open. And you know, I wanted to get Chloe on video so we could talk about it. I had already talked to you, it was probably 6 months ago, about maybe interviewing her for What's Up Omaha. And then when I found out about the year, I was like, yeah, I need to hit her up again. So I'm glad that we were able to do this today. Anything else you want to tell them about your shop or about what makes your food unique?
Well,
You just gotta come and try it.
yeah. I do appreciate the fact that our customer have been really open and accepting of what we're doing. So when we first opened, it's mostly Garrett from Taste of Bellevue.
Yeah, Garrett Simmons.
Yeah, he actually.
Hey Garrett, if you see this, I'll share this in the Bellevue Taste of Bellevue group. So
Yeah, so Taste of Bellevue was one of our huge supporters. People were posting about us, you know, calling different people out to try it, and that's where we get most of our, you know, initial customers, because that's the only way the word got out. So they help us like nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we could take off as well without, you know,
Without
Taste of
support,
Bellevue.
yeah.
Yeah. That's when I realized that Bellevue has a very supportive community.
Yeah.
When it comes to local business, they actually want people's success. They actually want to get people to come out and try more local businesses, and I think it's great because
I love Bellevue.
Yeah.
I love Bellevue. So
Yeah.
we tried to move here, but we couldn't find a house here in Bellevue, so that's why we moved to Pavilion.
Pavilion's great too.
It is.
But yeah, the good thing about local businesses is that everybody's trying to, you know, share their passion. You know, they don't get into a small business because, you know, for the money. Most of the time, it's, you know, they're probably easier ways.
But yeah, that's oftentimes that's not the best. Like, you don't open a small business thinking you're gonna get rich. That's not usually how it works.
Yeah,
or if it does, it takes a long while.
Yeah, it does. It's going to be a long process, and you know, I have no doubt it's going to be the same for me. But then, when I decide to do it, I look at the other aspects of it. Which, after a year of opening, I honestly believe what keep me going every day is definitely not the money wise, because sometimes money is a big headache for me. Like,
Yeah, you do it because you love doing it. I mean,
Right.
Like you said, you weren't thinking about money when you were 10 years old, like going in the kitchen trying to
no.
cook up different recipes to make a cake. So
No, but like when I get to share this sandwich, you know, when our customer come in and say, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. You know, this is the best sandwich I've ever had," and you know, it gives them affordable, healthier options for lunch or any meal. It's easy to take on the go, and then I get to employ more people than I even thought about.
how many people do you employ here?
I would say around 10.
Oh yeah, that's a good amount of people.
Yeah, give or take, and a lot of them are like me, to go to school, trying to just, you know, fit in school and work, be responsible, learning. So I think being able to provide them that environment to grow, you know, leading them with the right direction, that's a really great thing. Also, there are just so many good things about owning a business like this, and you know, trying to do it right.
Yeah.
Then I can't even imagine. It's not. I mean, it's not even debatable.
Yeah.
It's not.
See, and that's great. That's a wonderful thing. So we're probably gonna wrap it up here. I don't want to take too much of your time. I know it's Sunday. She's not open today. We've been here talking. I've enjoyed every moment of it. I hope you have as well. I saw that we've seen some shares and a lot of people in here talking. Thank you, Vanessa, Sally, Gina, everybody, Nick, for coming in and having a conversation. Sally, I might hit you up. I need an HVAC person. So, can you tell them once again about the celebration this week for the anniversary?
So we're gonna celebrate our 1 year anniversary on Saturday the 17th. I still need to put out some more details and, you know, event about it. But we're thinking about doing maybe buy one get one, 50% off drinks, and we're gonna maybe introduce some of our new products
Cool.
that are coming up for the winter. I think we're also gonna do a raffle where with a purchase you can raffle out a snack. We're just trying to bring some fun snacks and just
Cool.
make it a little fun. But it's supposed to be all about our customer that's been supporting us for the last year. That we couldn't be here without you guys.
Yes, so thank you guys. And Vanessa, if you miss running into people, you can always come back home. Vanessa, I used to go to high school with her at Papillion, and she's moved away. She says she misses running into people that she knows.
Awesome.
It happens all the time everywhere I go. So where can they follow? I tagged the Banh Mi shop in this post. So of course you're on Facebook, but where else can people find the Banh Mi shop?
On Instagram. So we run Facebook and Instagram, like alongside each other. Instagram, you pretty much for people who like more of like a visual.
Pictures,
Yep. Than
Video.
Facebook. But usually, if we have any information, Facebook have more information.
Okay.
So
Website too.
yes, we do have a website. It's www. The Banh Mi S, not the Banh Mi Shop, just the BanhMiS.com.
Okay.
So you can find our menu up there. For any update, following our Facebook page and or Instagram is like the best way. So.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And before we go, I also want to once again plug the t-shirt that I'm rocking. Hey Vanessa, check this out. Omaha, we have heart. You see that? This is from Jessica Weiner Johnson, and she has started Killing Them with Kindness. So through this organization, they're sponsoring this event. Through this organization, they have a monthly subscription where you can get a new t-shirt design, and every month, part of the proceeds from those t-shirt sales will be donated to a different charitable organization. Right now, for this month, they're giving a portion of the proceeds back to the Heart Ministry Center, which is close to Jessica's heart and a huge part of Omaha. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and they're on Facebook and Instagram, Killing Them with Kindness. You can find them on Kind Kid Shirt on Instagram and Kind Kid Shirt on Facebook as well. Put that on here so you can see that. So go ahead and give Jessica a follow, and if you have any questions, go ahead and reach out. Again, I want to thank all you guys for tuning in to this episode of What's Up Omaha with Chole Tran at the Banh Mi Shop. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That will be like right here. Check us out. Check out some of our other What's Up Omaha videos and share with your friends. Sharing is caring. That's what it is. You have any last words before we go, Chloe?
No, I'll let you finish it up.
Well, that's what it is, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Smile, help someone else smile. Laugh and help someone else laugh. All day, every day. Have a wonderful weekend, y'all. Peace out. Yeah.